yet again to learn on arguably the best subject in the world. Today we are going to learn a topic that might look a bit challenging, but let me tell us something. Do not panic. We are going to demystify everything around it so we'll understand this better. And there are two things I want to tell us also in addition to that. If you follow through this class, two things will happen. One, you understand this better and you understand your crush WhatsApp status. Yes, yes, yes. Number two also is that you will also learn how to solve this thing faster than how some girls also change their boyfriend. Two very interesting things. So let's dive into this. Thought of this, our counting system. How do we count numbers? When we're children, we used to count numbers from 0, we count to 9, from 9, it changes to 10, from 10, it moves to 19, from 19 to 20, from 20 to 29, from 29, I believe you can understand how these numbers are counted, right? If you notice, if you follow that pattern, you see that after every 10 counts, the pattern of that number changes, right? After every 10 counts, the pattern of that number changes. Now, if it does, it therefore means that those numbers are counted in groups of 10, isn't it? Now, picture something else. Let's assume we went to the market mall, and inside the market mall, we saw a pack. Inside that pack, we saw like five apples inside a pack. So if you have 5 apples inside a pack and you gathered it maybe up to like 20 or as the case may be, you can see that all of them are gathered in groups of 5. So you can see that the counting there or the system of counting there is in group of 5. Now the question now would be, what are we talking about? That thing has to do with a system of counting. That's a system of counting. So every system of counting is unique. Some can count in group of 3, some can count in group of 4. So that will lead us to our topic. So the next question we'll ask ourselves is, what is a number base? From all of what we've been able to establish, what is a number base? A number base is a system of counting numbers. That's very simple. A system of counting numbers. That's as simple as it can be. So there are different systems that are being used to count numbers. So you can count it in various groups. Whatever group you make use of in counting your own set of numbers is the base. So a base also tells us the number of digits, the set of numbers that can be contained in that base. Let me give us an example. For instance, if I had base 2, it's saying that the set of digits that should be in base 2 should be only 2. So definitely starting from 0, then we have 1. If I had base 3, let's assume I had base 3, the set of digits here should be 0, 1, and 2. If I had base 5, the set of digits here would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 3 and 4 rather, 3 and 4. Now notice one thing. In base 2, the highest digit was 1. In base 3, the highest digit was 2. In base 5, the highest digit was what? 4. It therefore tells us something. It tells us that in our number base, the highest number is 1 digit less than the base itself. So the highest number here is 1. It's 1 digit less than this. That's why 2 minus 1 will give us 1. 3 minus 1 gives us 2. 5 minus 1 should give us what? 4. It's as simple as that. Now, let me now go further. There are some other type of base. Note that base does not have an end because in actual sense, numbers do not have an ending point. So number base do not have an ending point. However, in the calculation of number bases, we usually stop at base 16, which is hexadecimal, right? So now let's assume that we had something like base 14, right? So if I had base 14, I had base 14. Now this is going to be 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. It's going to continue till I get to 9, right? By the time I get to 9, the next number should be 10. But I should be representing it with 1 digit. I will not write 10. So instead of 10, I'll represent it with A. That A is representing 10. B, the B is representing 11. Note, I'm going to stop at where? 13. C is representing 12. And then I'll have D, which represents 13. And that's where it's going to stop. So this is how you represent your numbers on number basis. So this has to do with the presentation of number basis. Now, we are going to look at the next thing. And the next thing we are going to look at for today is how to properly write number bases and how to properly pronounce them when you see it being written. Okay, so this is how we are going to do that. So for instance, I had something like this. 1034 base 5. Note how I called it 1034. I did not say 1034 base 5. That's an error. So you call it 1034. I can also write it this way 1034 base 5. Spot the difference. The difference is the base here is written in numbers, in figures rather, and the base here is written in words. That's the difference, right? So always note that do not be tempted to now write it like this 1034. I've seen this mistake sometimes. What you had actually written here is in base 10, because this is 10,345. Meanwhile, what you had in mind was 1034 base 5. So please and please note this. Number base is not difficult, right? Where you might start having challenges is on some certain aspects, which we are going to look at in the next class. We're not going to deal with that today. So today I've decided to make it a bit short because I understand this is weekend for most people, right? So we're going to make it a bit short. Tomorrow we are going to continue. And in tomorrow's class, what we'll be looking at is we'll be looking at addition and subtraction only. Yeah, addition and subtraction of number bases. That's the only thing we are going to look at tomorrow. And in the next class, we'll look at other things and see how well we understand better. Now, please, I always say this. Maths is not a difficult subject to understand. And so that's why it's the best subject in the world, because it's also applicable to real life situations. So everything we do is mathematics. So please note this. If you have any challenge or anywhere you're finding any difficulty, it might not necessarily be on number base, on any topic whatsoever, reach out to me. You can put it on the comment section, or you reach out to me personally and I'll surely attend to you. So do have a lovely day and hope to see you tomorrow by God's grace. Bye for now.